Hello everyone! Today I want to tell you all about a very interesting Russian car. This is a Sable Bargazin, produced in 2003. It is different from the other cars. Let's make a shot of it! Purchased a car in 2016, and since then we've been through so much together, especially the car itself. I took it apart and reassembled with love, especially the interior of the car has changed. My wife and I love to travel, and for comfort and romance on the road, we made our own version of a home on wheels. Leaving the hustle and bustle behind us, taking some things and two-wheeled friend. The vehicle is equipped to live in it for a long time. Every morning a new view out the window, new locations. We can cook the dinner properly inside and pass the time in the most beautiful places. To sleep to the sound of the wind. But first thing first. Let's see what we have inside. This is what the interior looks like. VCA TV with a 220-volt TV box. For fun, there is a game console, a lot of games, one joystick. The second one is hidden somewhere. And yeah, Pomerian patriotic cups. Decorative crate hiding the stock heater with heater fan. And a little further hides a LPG tank that additionally feeds the engine. Here is a second battery behind a wall of solid wood. For all household and domestic needs, in particular for electronics, watch TV, well, also used a fridge and a parking lot. Let's come over here. This is such a real Soviet harsh toggle switch for a 220-volt transformer, which of course is located next to the LPG gas tank for safety. But sacrificing my life, now I can use the TV, and this is certainly not enough. Diesel heater, and also a diesel tank, and all in one place. For additional tanks it was necessary to cut the filler neck. Anyway, it will be hot in the car. The inside is pretty clean. I'll be careful not to dirty everything. I'll show you how a sleeping place is transformed from a table. Everything is made here from improvised means. No furniture, fittings, quite simply. The comp of the table fits into the reinforcement on the wall. The table is also put back as an insert in the sleeping place. It all looks like an insert that flush closes the leg opening. And I'll try to do it with one hand. I will also show how it looks from outside. 10. The seat cushion is inserted flush. Voila, I can sleep. Of course, on long trips, my wife and I lay a sheet, which we sometimes twist up as unnecessary to the seat. The length is enough for me with my hair. My height is 1,85 meters. And I don't need any more space here. We had to put things somewhere. That's why wardrobe or cupboard grew up here, maybe both in my case. This stuff is necessary, as we decided. When we wrote a car without alterations, it was inconvenient without a chest of drawers. There was an option to build a closet behind the driver's back. But we would close the teeny tiny loophole to the salon. Well, to get through here, I had to remove a few ribs. to be able to crawl through here. When there was a partition in this place, only the wife was leaking out here. Get here. The wine cellar was full yesterday. While I was preparing for the video, there were only 2 bottles left. And got some special. Nothing special. There are all kind of cooking junk here, and etc. The kettle is pretty. A solid frying pan that has survived several generations. Definitely. The fishing net, since we're Pomors, decorates not only ordinary houses. The modern name for Russians is country style. What is considered trash for developed countries is extolled in our country. Everything is cut with an axe and then sanded with sandpaper. Just look at these gaps, considered trendy. The net is fixed to the staple gun. To tell the truth, it has already been fallen several times. By the way, there are such shelves along the perimeter of the car. Also lighting. Slightly to the left are all kitchen utensils. Cereals, pasta, sugar and more. Also spices. Spoons, forks, lighters. Oh, this one. By the way, check it out, my cool mirror. Such lines are made exclusively with a trunk head. Look how graceful. Perfect, just perfect. Just below there is a mini panel that controls the body electronics. I made it itself and decided to code that. The interior lighting is duplicated here. 12-volt socket and also the central locking. These buttons can be backlit at night. A necessary thing for the kitchen, a gas stove. How it works. The gas stove is naturally powered by a gas cylinder. Here he is such a big guy. Before that I had a 5-liter cylinder for a remote gas stove. This one has a volume of 27 liters, fastened with a simple rigging sling. Of course, we really wanted to have a sink in the car, and now it is. Special insert adds space on the table if the sink is not needed, and it is removed when needed. A special electronic tap changed the voltage on the water motor. This in turn changed the water pressure. I'm not sorry for the water. There are now 60 liters of it. Where does this water drain? Right, on a car suspension, which serves as a good treadlock. Grey water tank? Not familiar with this. It is especially fun to use the sink on the go and watch how the car behind us actively use the windshield wipers. Moreover, this is the only toilet on the way. For the latter, you always need to have a couple of cans of beer in such a fridge. The fridge doesn't have a compressor, eats the battery like a beast, but it's worth it. The volume of the refrigerator is sufficient. We try to use it only on the way, otherwise, if you leave it turned on overnight, you can be left without a battery in the morning. We carry eggs, milk, perishable food. During the night they do not have time to deteriorate, and we try to eat them quickly in the morning, and not have large stocks of such products. In the morning we can cook porridge, fry eggs, maybe something more complicated, if not lazy. Well. Here are screwed, not screwed up, screwed such a thing under a washcloth and dish gel. and all sorts of things. I could not resist, I bought such a cool bucket. Necessarily, a towel for the hands. Basically, the whole mini review on the camper, it's done. It's not a fact that you can survive here, but for hikers such conditions are much better than in tent. For me, for example, just don't look at my fat face. Right, you already do it. Then it's time to tell the background story if you're still here. It's time to rewind the video. I didn't get this layout right away. Here where I sit, there was a bird, not along but across the body. When I slept perpendicularly, there was a little space. Legs punched through the wall, slowly widened the width of the car. The inconvenience was compensated by beautiful views, for example in Crimea. Extraordinary beauty of the Krasnodar region. We lived in a car for a month, without worrying or thinking about the inconveniences that have become a convenience, when in nature you can wash yourself absolutely naked. Of course I will not post on a sunset photo, my wife will not forgive. See post on Instagram. Well, let's continue. Once again a few photos of the old salon. The advantages were that everything was sorted out and pulled out, like Lego, if you want. The new salon that I did is not collapsible, but the main thing is that now the legs are not resting anywhere. Curtains. There was a factory table for this car, small and uncomfortable. The table is folding, short enough, was here. Half a meter long, it is impossible to use it together. Thanks to the car factory, I threw it out. There were two factory seats here, I removed them, two. They take up a lot of space. And then there was a small portable gas stove. It was convenient to carry it out with a built-in module with a 5-liter cylinder. But you always have to sacrifice something. I moved the cooking units from the old table in order to save money, and it turned out pretty well. Although I wanted to buy a built-in camper solution, but it is expensive. In short, it's great. Here are some photos of what the old module looked like. We used to be able to take it outside and cook something right there. At least it's not so hot outside. Cook over there. Well, that's completely all. Guys, I wanted to add one more very important camper's thing. This thing makes the evenings that can be spent in this camper unforgettable. Because the lighting is daylight, although it's warm enough, it is not enough anyway. But this is beautiful. Summing up, I'll say that such an option for the camper's implementation is available to everyone. Nothing supernatural, but the emotions and joy of using just go through the roof. Rather than looking for ready-made expensive campers, you can do everything yourself. Do not see it, go for it, and the result will delight you for a long time, bringing its reward. In general, travel and develop yourselves. Be happy. And maybe we'll meet in some picturesque place, telling interesting stories and sharing experiences. My opinion is that the world is too beautiful to just stay home and find a way to see. We'll always find.